The medieval era.
In the medieval era, music was secular and sacred. Monks sang Gregorian chant. This type of singing is monophonic, melody only. Chanting is also a cappella without instruments. A troubadour sang poems about love and chivalry. They usually hung around the king's court singing praises to the queen and princesses. Girls could be troubadours too. A female troubadour was called a troubadouress. Polyphony music, music with harmony, appears. Monks now sing in choirs. The harp, lute, flute, trumpet, and drum were all popular instruments in the medieval era. Guillaume de Machaut was a French poet and composer. He composed the song Je verrai l'Amiens. Je verrai l'Amiens is a typical troubadour song about unattainable love.
The Renaissance era.
Renaissance music was rich in harmony. During the Renaissance, most men and women were expected to sing and play at least 2 instruments. The invention of the printing press made music more widely available. Also, different people began to share their musical styles more easily. One style of music was called the madrigal. Madrigal is a 2 to 8 part vocal harmony. Another style was called a chanson. Some chansons were about heroes and epic battles. Some were religious in nature. Renaissance instruments include the lute, lyre, violin, and virtuos. William Byrd was an English composer of the Renaissance era. He composed the song Agnus Dei, a religious mass for 5 voices. Agnus Dei shows the more complex harmony in Renaissance music.
The Baroque era.
Everything was elaborate in the Baroque period, even the music. The first orchestra appeared in the Baroque period. Opera was also born in the Baroque period. Some musical instruments of the Baroque included the harpsichord, the modern violin, and cello. Johann Sebastian Bach was a German composer of the Baroque period. He is one of the most well-known composers of all time. He composed the song Harpsichord Concerto No. 1 in D minor. Baroque music was very complex. It broke old rules and made many new ones. Some people say Baroque music was broke.
The Classical Era.
In the classical period, the symphony was born. Imagine a modern-day rock concert, packed with a lot of people, loud and intense. So was a symphony. Note: Beethoven and his Fifth Symphony actually belong in the next era, but he looked cool here. Besides, he was born in the classical era and was inspired by its composers. Opera was very popular in the classical period. This song is the aria O del mio dolce ardor from Paride and Elena, an opera about Paris and Helen of Troy. The printing press also made sheet music cheaper to buy. This made music available to the middle class, not just the nobility. Mozart was a child prodigy. He began playing when he was a toddler, performing for nobility by 6 years old, and he wrote his first opera at 14 years old. This is the Queen of the Night aria from The Magic Flute. This opera is still widely performed today.
The Romantic Era.
During the Romantic period, the aristocracy was dying, and revolution spread like wildfire. The peasants had access to music. Folk music caught the interest of many people of the higher classes. People began to feel a camaraderie toward their fellow man, despite class differences. Nationalism was alive in the music. In America, the struggle for equality was just beginning. The piano was a very popular instrument in the Romantic period. Franz Liszt was a Hungarian composer of the Romantic period. His music was very nationalistic. He inspired another Hungarian composer, Bartók. Composers like Liszt made people proud of their culture. He made folk music popular. People wanted to celebrate their own music and language.
The modern era.
In the modern era, new inventions changed music. Music could be shared very easily all over the world. People were interested in the music of exotic places. Piano is still very popular. Many people had a piano in their home. Operas are still popular today. The Phantom of the Opera was made into an actual movie. It is also still performed on the stage. Bela Bartók was another Hungarian composer. He is considered one of the greatest composers of the modern era. Bartók is probably one of the world's first ethnomusicologists. He studied folk music, especially Eastern European folk music. Classical music has lasted many generations. It will last many, many more. Classical music is important to me. I am a ballerina. My mother studied violin. I studied violin too. My mom is also teaching me scales on piano. My mom's favorite scales are harmonic minor.
Now I'm going to do a D harmonic minor scale. That is a D harmonic minor scale.
Some of my ancestors are Eastern European. They admire composers like Liszt and Bartók. We listen to their music a lot. I hope you enjoyed my presentation about classical music.